So a little about myself. I was a reporter and an anchor for 8.5 years at CBS and NBC affiliates across the United States. My last stop was at the CBS affiliate in Atlanta, Georgia. That's the 8th largest market, and I received my Emmy nomination while I was there. I also received 2 Society of Professional Journalists awards along the way, and I had an opportunity to interview some really interesting people. President George Bush, Garth Brooks, but I have to say my favorite is the hitch driver for the Budweiser Clydesdales at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Savannah. So thanks for checking out my tape, guys, and have a great day.
Stacey Turner from our affiliate WGCL is in Atlanta this morning at the Georgia Power headquarters. Hey Stacey, good morning to you. How is it looking?
Good morning, Soledad. It is looking better. They brought in about 5,700 crewmen from as far away as Oklahoma to help get the power back on. They took a little respite last night, got back up and back out there this morning, but here's a look at what they've been dealing with this weekend. Now, Soledad, we're still looking at about 57,000 residents here across the state of Georgia without power. But Georgia Power says they're going to try to get everyone in theirs back up and running by the end of the day today. Kind of a bold statement, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that it'll clear up pretty soon. Well, Lori, just to give you some idea of where we are, we're standing on an on-ramp to I-20 because there's no traffic heading on to this section right here. You can see those blue lights back in the distance. Now, this all happened on I-20 westbound, 1 mile west of the exit for Highway 5 at just a few minutes after midnight, and investigators are still trying to figure out why it happened. A Douglas County officer who was out on patrol actually witnessed this accident. He says an 18-wheeler was headed eastbound and it crossed through the grass median into the oncoming westbound traffic. That's when he hit another 18-wheeler head-on. Now, they said that equipment estimated around 80,000 pounds per 18-wheeler. You can imagine the magnitude of the mess that would involve. Amazingly, the driver of the westbound truck survived this ordeal. He was hanging upside down in the cab of his truck by his seat belt. They were able to get him out. He was walking around. But not to take any chances, they flew him to Atlanta Medical Center just to get him thoroughly checked out. The driver of the other 18-wheeler that crossed the median unfortunately died in this crash. If you're planning on taking I-20 westbound, it's going to be a while before they open us back up. They haven't given us any indication of when that might be, so plan on those alternate routes like Bankhead Highway. Laura, when we first got here shortly after midnight, fire trucks were still arriving here at this apartment complex along North Avenue, and there seemed to be some confusion about who had survived the flames and who hadn't. In all, 6 people were hospitalized in relation to this fire, both those living in the apartment at the time that the fire broke out and also some people living nearby who suffered from some smoke inhalation. Now, no one has been allowed back in the entire building. They've shut off the electricity and the gas for the night, but we are told those people have been provided shelter at a local Days Inn. But in all, a very tough morning for that family. The thick layer of ice coating North Georgia early Saturday pushed trees to the breaking point, and many of them did, bringing down with them power lines that turned off the lights to more than 230,000 homes. That's where these guys come in. Linemen from across the southeast worked in 12-hour shifts to turn the juice back on as quickly as they could, sometimes with an audience of shivering residents.
Hopefully they're going to get it going for us here in a minute.
Billy and Toy Willoughby lost power Saturday morning and pulled out the camping gear to make do, even using the pickup for a little bit of power for necessities.
Been cold, a little stressful. Everybody being on edge, wanting power, wanting to watch TV, and there's nothing really to do.
36 hours later, crews rolled up on their street, finally stopping in front of their house, even though they'd passed it many times before.
Yeah, they said they couldn't do anything without a work order. So, you know, they're standing there looking at the pole and say, well, we can't do nothing until they tell us we can. And then they drive off. You know, and that was probably 1 o'clock today.
One more down, thousands still to go. Crews will pick up where they left off again today.
Right, they say that everybody got out except for Tay-Tay.
There's a lot of confusion because there's a lot of folks in that apartment.
Don't be a little rough, man. We'll take it down.
When I first ran into the unit, the sofa was full engulfed in flames.
We did have victims jump to safety from the second floor window.
And that was ugly. I mean, that was real ugly. You know what I'm saying? One of them broke their arm, the other one fell on his face. That's trying to get away from a fire.
Tay-Tay, a 6-year-old little boy, was still inside, so Anthony Evans went back in to try and save him.
Once I lost his hand, that was it. It was nothing else. I couldn't find him anymore. You know, the smoke was too thick, and I knew I only had seconds to get out of the fire myself.
And then the news the family feared most, word that Tay-Tay was found in an upstairs bathroom.
He was real playful. He was young. He was real good-hearted, too. So, if he died, then he's going to heaven, really. He's a real good boy.
It'll be hard. It's something you'll never get over, but keep your faith in God and you'll learn to deal with it.